Yes, the breaking news is Formula One news. Red Bull have announced that Sergio Perez will be leaving the team after 4 seasons. Man in the know, Craig Slater, joins me now. Did he jump or was he pushed?
Well, it's no surprise this is happening, Mike. We've been reporting for some time that he would be replaced at Red Bull. His form was unsustainable. Red Bull have afforded him the dignity of going under his own terms. That's to say, on the face of it, it looks like he's elected to step away from the front line of F1 racing. The reality, I suppose, is that his form made it necessary for him to be replaced. It was really unsustainable. He was only 8th in the Drivers' Championship in a car that Max Verstappen won the championship with. He only contributed 26% of the team's points, which was the lowest amongst the top 4 teams. He only gained 9 points in the final 8 Grand Prix weekends altogether, and 49 points only across the final 18 weekends. He was 71 points behind Lewis Hamilton and 285 behind Max Verstappen. So Red Bull were not going to win a Constructors' Championship looking ahead with those kind of statistics. They gave him a 2-year contract only in June of this year. Now, he had decent form at that stage, so they've had to find a way of severing that deal. That would have involved significant compensation and negotiations, which is why it's taken until now to be formalised. So Checo Perez has thanked the team, he thanks all the fans around the world, and he says especially to his Mexican fans for their unwavering support every day. He does say, we'll meet again soon. So is it his intention to try and get back into F1? There isn't a space for him in the season coming up, 2025. And he says, remember, never give up.
OK. Fact is, he's gone. Yeah. There's a seat free. Who fills the seat?
Well, I've been reporting for some weeks that the young New Zealander, 22-year-old Liam Lawson, will get that seat. Now, that's what I still understand will be what will happen. Red Bull themselves, I've spoken to Christian Horner, we'll hear from him in a minute. They are still saying they are to decide between Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda, the Japanese driver who's been in their junior team, what was AlphaTauri, which is now RB, for the last 4 seasons. He outqualified Tsunoda 6-0 this season. He outqualified Lawson 6-0. He had a test in the actual Red Bull car, which he said impressed everyone. But my understanding is that it is Lawson who will get this seat alongside Max Verstappen. Horner did admit that it's been a tough place to be. This is what he had to say about the qualities needed for a driver to partner the 4-times world champion.
Well, driving alongside Max is the hardest seat in Formula One. I mean, because it is the best driver on the grid. He is a 4-time world champion. He's a generational talent, and you've got to ignore almost what's going on within that car as not to put too much pressure on yourself. So it's going to be a tough gig for whoever we put in that car. But it's a mental strength, and I think that's fundamentally the most important thing. And I think that's why Checo, arguably compared to some of his previous teammates, managed to fare better because he got that mental robustness and was able to cope and accept that, with the talent that Max has.
It's a tough one for Liam Lawson if he does get the seat, which I believe he will. Pierre Gasly struggled alongside Verstappen, so did Alex Albon. People will be asking, why did they not sign Carlos Sainz, who's been dropped for Ferrari, in favour of Lewis Hamilton? I did ask Christian Horner that. This was his response.
Look, I think Carlos is a great driver, and we've seen that obviously this year. It's sometimes, you've got to look at all the various criteria and dynamics. And at the point that we extended Checo's contract, you have to remember that he was second in the World Championship and finishing on podiums in the first 4 out of 5 races.
Let's see. I think we will get Liam Lawson confirmed as Verstappen's partner probably by the end of this week.
You don't normally let us down. Craig Slater, thank you very much, Craig.